Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take 1.
Action!
I played the price drop game for the 2023 magazine Dreams, starring Jonathan Majors, written and directed by Elijah Brenham. Why did I do it? I don't know. I feel guilty, to be honest, AKAPADers, and welcome back to the show of shows. This is the longest running movie podcast. This is the most dedicated movie podcast. We do one movie per episode. I was just talking recently too over the weekend. I was out to dinner with my family. I find it weird. I get the idea of some of these streamers and podcasters that do like a 3-hour show and they wedge things, like hour 2. Stay tuned for our thoughts on magazine Dreams, starring Jonathan Majors. So you guys remember him? And it's like, no, we do one episode per movie because we're dedicated to that film. And sometimes these episodes run 10 minutes, sometimes they run 20 minutes. But I feel guilty because I played the price drop game for this sucker. I waited for the cost to to purchase this film. I waited for it to drop down to $9. Originally on Amazon Prime Digital, it was $24.99. I waited. But I should have paid full price. And why? Because we want to vote by our dollar. Sometimes we want to donate to the museum, right? Like I don't want to pay money to get into the museum. I want to I want to donate to the paintings that move me, right? Not all paintings are worth the same. Not all paintings are expert enough, moving enough. I feel like that sometimes because we watch so many movies here in the house of AKAPAD, the film buff, that you do say that to yourself. You say along the line, you say, well, that movie was worth this. Now this one over here, I would have paid extra for that one. It's an interesting idea. With the modern world, with just the way how things are marching on, potentially, we do have the potential of seeing that. A similar system could come to fruition for that. So what is magazine Dreams? Well, I've long said that Jonathan Majors is the actor of this generation, by far. I don't know who comes close to him. I'm talking about a newer emerging actor. He's so good in Creed 3 that you want the movie to be about his character. You want Creed to just sit down in Creed 3. I still feel Creed 4 should be about the Jonathan Majors character. Whatever Jonathan Major touches, devotion, that came out around the time of Top Gun Maverick. He's great in devotion. He's great in this. But he's trying to become a professional bodybuilder. He's obsessed. And you see that in the trailer. And then what happens from this point on is it's a spiral, but it pulls it back just enough at the end to where it becomes a hopeful story. It becomes a story of a person finding their way in the world. But through it, we have mental illness, we have drugs, we have steroids, we have hero envy. Just a person trying to make their way. And it's hard and it's complicated. And their start to all of this, their journey into all of this, is not an easy one. It's horrific origins. We get all this. We root for Jonathan Majors so hard in this movie. We feel for him. We actually feel sad for his character. You only get this from an actor, from a real actor. He transformed his body. He looks like a bodybuilder. He moves like a bodybuilder. So we get this story where he's potentially, he's got a social worker. He's potentially mentally ill. And, we see films like this, like Good Time, where our protagonist is, and it's like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The list goes on, but giving primetime actors a character that has a disability, but not full, it comes right down to, you don't go full retard from Tropic Thunder. That's kind of where we are with Magazine Dreams. You don't go full retard. Jonathan Majors, I will support anything that he's in. I will be excited for it. I will wait for it. I think that his next big movie, I'll just have to go. I'm not going to wait. And I feel like you should do the same too, because the career of Jonathan Majors, he got Me Too'd in such a wild way. Disney backed away from him, and it's hard to discuss anything Jonathan Majors without bringing this stuff up. But everything came out in court. The girl basically lied. She destroyed his career, and he was on the way of starring in 2 major Marvel movies after almost taking over the Marvel Cinematic Universe through the character of Kang. That was his play. They gave it to him. I mean, just his stuff in Loki season 2, I think he's great in Loki season 2. But Marvel, Disney, family-owned, like family-driven company. I know people have opinions on both sides of that. But he was given a raw deal. His career was derailed through accusations. Everything was caught on camera. If you guys know about the case, I don't feel like getting into it. And what we have here, we have a nomination level performance by the highly competitive Best Male Actor category for the Academy Awards. It's hard to imagine anyone around this time with a better performance. My only criticism of this movie, and before we get into that, Jason Hill, this is our music. The music, the score, fantastic. Really interesting sounds. Next gen level stuff. I don't know what the budget is for this movie, but I really don't care. I wouldn't say at one time this movie, could it got the A24 treatment, because it feels, I hate that. It just feels like an A24 movie. No, to where this could have got a little bit of that hype that A24 does very well. For some reason, we don't really honor when actors and actresses transform their bodies. I mean, we talk about it. It's press-worthy. But we don't talk about how dedicated these people are, how exact they are with their methods. And I get it. They could be juicing or not. Steroids, I think, is a poorly kept secret in Hollywood. It doesn't matter. There is a level of dedication regardless. Jonathan Majors 1,000% looks the role. Now, the movie, with its beautiful cinematography, amazing music, Adam Arkpaul, that's our cinematographer. Every element in this movie just moves and works. And Jonathan Majors he's in every single frame of this movie. This is his movie. We think this is going to just be like a struggle, like a bodybuilder struggle like movie. Maybe similar to Love Lies Bleeding, I would say. Love Lies Bleeding potentially could have overshadowed this movie just when it comes with the scheme of things. I get it. These two movies have a couple years. They're 2 years apart. But here's the thing. This movie tailspins, not because it's a bodybuilding movie. This is an individual that happens to be into bodybuilding. His trouble, his strife, the pain that we see him go through in this movie has nothing to do with bodybuilding. But he has a dream. And that's where we get the thumbnail, the poster, the title. But this is a movie about someone overcoming and being able to find tools to cope with their mental illness. Maybe they're a day late and a buck short, but that's where the sympathy for Jonathan Majors' character comes from. I think performances like this are important. I think movies like this are important because they put us on a spiral, and we see this character get lower and lower and lower right when we think they're going to snap. And that's important. And that's what I mean about, a little bit of a spoiler. Like, we pull it away just at the end, and we get hope. It's there, AKAPADers. I think this is one of the better movies of the modern day. I think this is one of the premier performances of the modern day. Some of it just makes me a little bit angry because I just feel like Jonathan Majors would have a Academy Award by now. I really do. But life's not fair. But that should not be the lesson when it comes to someone getting MeToo'd, falsely accused across the board, and then the media. But then what do you do? These stories sell. They're so sensational. I think Disney should do right by Jonathan Majors, and they have to do something with the Kang character in a big way. They have to do a little bit of a send-off for the Kang character. If they're willing to bring back James Gunn after his cancellation, they should bring back Jonathan Majors. Like, that's it. All right, AKAPADers, full recommendation for Magazine Dreams 2023, written and directed by Elijah Brenham, who we got Cool Summer Nights coming from him. He's only directed 2 or 3 movies, or Warm Summer Nights. We got that coming. All right, AKAPADers, I love you. Rock and roll.
Okay, that's a wrap.